Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to do a bit of WIP watching with you. That means I want to show you my work in progress pictures that I have in those different books. I used to say that I'm not a WIP person. I prefer to start a picture and finish it and then only start the next because I don't like that I forget what colors I've been using, and I cannot remember so many um, open activities at once. So I always prefer to not have WIPs. But I have been coloring since 10 years now, and over time I have accumulated a couple of unfinished pictures. Um, and they still kind of bother me, so I would like to finish them at some point in time. And I thought going through them with you and looking at them would be kind of inspiring to maybe finish one or the other. As you will see, they are in very different stages of work in progress. Sometimes it's just the background that I have filled. Sometimes it's actually a picture that is quite close to being completed. So yeah, let's have a look. All right, first I have this tiny Seasons postcards book, and I have one WIP, and it's this one. So I had the book with me when we were on vacation a couple of years ago, and I only had a handful of pencils with me. So it was really just to pass the time. I started filling in some areas, but yeah, not really a lot of coloring. So not much done on this one. Yeah, I will share with you in many cases what I have done so far on the page and what my idea maybe was for the page that I had, and what I was thinking how to continue with the page. So Summer Nights is a book that I have the dream of completing it one day. So what I have done quite a lot is just filling in a background whenever I didn't feel like actual coloring. So I just picked the marker or my watercolors and filled out a background so the page would be prepared um, and easier to complete at a later point in time. So that's why I have so many. Yeah, it's not so many. I have a number of WIPs here. All right, so this one I did last year, and I wanted to do this combination of red and this muted green for the poppies because I was kind of inspired to do that, and I wanted to have a black background. So I just based everything with water-based markers, and then for whatever reason, I left it at that. So this is definitely one I want to complete because I like the color combination that I have started, and I want to continue in that way. And I mean, most of the page is already based, so going over with pencil should not be too much effort. Then I have this page, and it's only in the background, and it's shiny, as you can see. What I did was to base it with a water-based marker, and then I went over and added a bit of metallic watercolor. That's why it's so shiny, which is something I would not recommend because the combination of the water-based marker and the water kind of bled through. So don't try this at home. I cannot recommend it. But the background looks nice for this page. And yeah, those owls will probably take quite a while because they are so intricate. I don't know. I always think during winter time I could maybe do them like in icy tones that would fit to the background. I don't know. If you have an idea, just let me know. I would appreciate any other ideas as well. And then I also have this one. And it's just the background is done also with the water-based marker, and I already like that background a lot for the mushrooms. So I think this will be a nice page in autumn. I actually have marked it for my coloring plans for October. So I'm quite optimistic that I could get to that page and get it finished. And I could take over some of the colors that I had on the, the cartoony cat and reuse them on the mushrooms, so the pages would kind of go together. I always love that when a double page spread kind of looks nice together, and especially in this book, I have been trying to achieve that a lot. Yeah, that was Summer Nights. Now, this is a quite new book for me. I got it only, I don't know, in spring somehow. And I've colored only one page. And I have not been coloring at my desk when I did that page. I'm just showing it to you. So I used alcohol-based markers and I just grabbed a handful and took them with me to base that picture. And when I was done, I just thought I can use the same colors to base another picture. And that was that one. And I thought she looks kind of alien, so I went with this crazy turquoise skin. I even shaded it a little bit with polychromos pencil. But that's it so far. I think this could be a quick page to finish, because if I use alcohol markers, then just go over a little bit with pencils. That works actually best on such thin Amazon paper. This could be completed quite quickly. Yeah, so this would be fun to complete. Then I have, I think, my most recent WIP in Alien Worlds. I have been very ambitious when I started in March with this science fiction theme. And yeah, why not just start with a huge double page spread? And I didn't manage to finish it. And then it has been lying around since then. And it's this page, and I really like how it has turned out so far. And I used oil pastels for everything so far. So for the sky and the clouds and the rocks. And so what I only need to do is to color the alien dragon beast and the spaceship, and yeah, maybe outline some of the clouds with the white paint pen. Yeah, I would really like to finish that one, because I'm really happy with what I have done so far, and I think it could be a really cool page once it's finished. Yeah, I just think it will take some time to get this guy here colored. I will probably use my Prismacolor pencils. I have had quite good experience with them in this book. So I'm probably going to use Prismacolors for the rest of this picture. Then I have Mythographic book. This is Mythographic Aquatic. And I have one page that I started basing everything with alcohol markers. So this is already done. And I started a bit of shading, you see, on her skin and on the hair. It's not a lot, but I have started. And I think I even started to record this, because I thought I could do it as a color along, but I don't find the the files anymore. I don't know, I might have deleted them, so it's not going to be a color along, but still I think it would be nice to finish it. I'm not sure. I think I might have used my Arteza pencils for the little bit of shading that I have done so far. Yeah, what I don't like really is that there is a little bit, yeah, too little contrast on that page. Everything is quite dark, and it's not really, nothing is really popping. Maybe her hair, but everything else. So that's a bit, yeah, frustrating me with this page, but I still think it could be really nice when it's finished. So that is the plan for this page. Then I have another mythographic book. That's Mythographic Paradise. And I have one actual WIP in this book and two where I have just prepared the background when I had nothing else to do. So this is the actual WIP that I have. So I'm not super excited. I started it with not much thought in mind. I'm not so sure about those pink clouds. They're a bit weird. I think I could do something with it and make it work. I have started to go over the background with Prismacolor pencils. So in this corner down there, that looks already nicer. I had based everything with water-based markers. That's why it's a bit streaky. They are not as smooth as the alcohol markers, but I don't had any alcohol markers with me when I was working on that page. And yeah, I like the idea of having this green background and having the green crystals. So I think that could turn out really nicely. I need to figure out what I do with those pink clouds though. And they are a bit crazy. Yeah, so that's what I have done so far. Water-based markers and Prismacolor pencils. Then I have done a bit of basing here, just the outline of this image with a black water-based marker, because I always knew I wanted to have that black, but I have nothing done else on this page. So I really, really want to do this page because it's one of my favorites. I have not really an idea what I want to do with it yet. If I want to do the dragon in red or maybe green and her dress in red rather, or maybe do the dragon in gold. So there are many options and I have not done really anything with this page yet. So this is, yeah, the least progressed WIP that I have in this collection, I would say. And this is just another one where I have prepared the background, also with a water-based marker. And I like this color, and I think it will, if I go in this color scheme with this entire page, this could be really nice. I just don't want to do pink clouds again. It did not really work on this other page. So yeah, also not much done here, only the background. Now I have some Johanna Basford books. This is Secret Garden. And I have started this double page spread quite a long time ago. And I just used some water-based markers and filled out some of the leaves. Even started a bit of shading on those ones. But then I kind of, yeah, left it there. So I like the color combination that I have started here. It's a huge spread, and that's kind of stopping me from continuing. And it's all just florals and kind of repetitive elements with a lot of leaves and so on. I'm afraid I might get tired, but if I continue using markers, maybe there's a chance to get it done at last. Yeah, so that's some Secret Garden. Then I have a page in Magical Jungle, and it's this skull page. And I have done the background with, I think, a dark blue Posca, and all the leaves are done with Neocolor tools. And I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. And I also don't know what to do with the skull, to be honest. What I do like is the different shades of green that I have used and this kind of glow that I did around the skull. Yeah, but I just didn't know how to continue. And somehow I also didn't feel like coloring a skull, which I should have thought about before, probably. Yeah, but that's where I left it. So I don't know if I want to finish that. I kind of like it, but also kind of not. I don't know. Let me know what you think. All right, and one other Johanna Basford book, and that is Worlds of Wonder. And this is a page I actually want to finish at some point. I have not done that much. I just did the border and the leaves, and I started a bit of the uh, I don't know, clouds or tree crown. I don't know what it is actually. I had the intention of turning it into gray clouds, and then have kind of light rays coming from behind the tree. So I have a reference picture of the sky that I took, and I wanted to use that as a baseline. So it's blues and grays and then golden highlights here and there. So I think that would be a really nice color palette for this picture. And I have used my Castle Arts gold pencils for everything that I have done so far. And I started that one, and I kind of, I don't know, it was in a phase when I had a lot of things going on, and then I kind of was disconnected from the page, and I never picked it up again since then. I think it's from 2 years ago. So I still want to finish this one. And then last but not least, I have an actual WIP in Romantic Country, the second tale. And this one is already, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old at least. And I started it. And then I think we went on vacation, and I took a different book with me. And then it was somehow forgotten. I don't know. Everything that is done so far is done with Prismacolor pencils. I really like them in this book. It's really difficult paper to work on, but I'm getting quite well along with the Prismacolor pencils. So the stonework is done here, and I really like how it turned out so far. I have done a little bit of basing in some areas. I have done the sky, also based on a reference photo that I took of a sunset. And I think I'm not sure what to think of it. I have the feeling that the colors of the sky do not really match to the colors that I have here. So I don't know yet how to bring everything together to make it look good. But I really like this page, and I would really like to finish it one day because it has been a WIP for really long. And yeah, what do you think? You think there is a possibility to bring all these crazy colors together? I'm not so sure. I like all the elements on their own. Yeah, I like the stonework. I like the blue door. I like the sky, but I don't know. They don't match. All right, so that was my last WIP for today. Let me know what you think. Is there any WIP that you liked in particular that you would like to see me finish? Are you a WIP kind of person? Do you start a lot of pictures and have them in parallel? Does it bother you? It does bother me, actually. So I'm really looking forward to maybe get some of these completed at some point in time. So just let me know your thoughts. I always love to hear from you. Just write them down in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.